The Newport 180. I sure hope it's going to be a game changer for me. Let's see if I can get this scammer turned. Or we can go back and take a look at it. Check it out. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Tom with TM Kayak Fishing, and I purchased the NK 180 last week. I placed my order on Monday, and I received the battery on Thursday and the motor on Friday, and put it on my boat on my kayak on Saturday. So let's talk about it a little bit. There's a couple things that I think you should know. I think will help you if you're thinking about this to make your experience more enjoyable and less frustrating. It's a fairly good sized purchase. So first off, Newport customer service has been excellent. I've called them twice, had with 2 different questions, and they knew the answers and helped me out. So first off, I got a 2020 Outback from Hobie, the Turbo Fins 180 drive. Great boat, super fishy. Never thought I was ever going to put a motor on it, but I'm going on my 4th year with it, and wanting to fish bigger water, wanting to fish more water, wanting to fish for more species. Getting older, decided that I wanted a little bit more power. Especially in tournaments and stuff. I see guys out there, more and more guys are going to the motor in tournament fishing, and I really enjoyed the few tournaments I fished in, and hopefully I will be able to continue to fish in a few more of those in the near future. NK 180, it's 1.8 horsepower. It's a great little strong motor. I've had it out one time in high winds. A lot of current, and I only had it out for a little bit, but it really it impressed me. So let's go over a little bit about the Hobie, about putting the Newport on the Hobie, and things that you should know before you start putting it on the Hobie. Number one is the pre-drilled holes for the Hobie. Like I said, I didn't know that I was going to put a motor on it. Never thought I would. Had black caps on the 4 holes. They were recessed. When it come time to finding brass inserts, I was concerned that I just had caps and no inserts. So I called over to Next Adventure over in Portland, where I purchased this kayak at, and they assured me that underneath the caps, they were brass inserts, or little ball caps, or inside the brass plastic. You just had to pop them out, and they were there. So I got those out. So obstacle number 1 taken care of. Looks like everything's going to fit, except for they told me that I probably shouldn't mount this directly to the hull, basically thinking that the weight and the horsepower, the torque on this hull might loosen those brass inserts down the road. Makes sense to me. They suggested that I put a mount on there that also allows for a power pole. It's pre-drilled, it's set up for the Hobies, and anything that's for power pole set up for a power pole holes, basically. And but it had the place for a motor and a power pole. I didn't want to do that, didn't want to make that investment yet, and not sure that I'll use a power pole. Talked about just putting plastic on there, said that would be a good idea. So I went ahead. I got an old cutting board. I cut it down. It's 3/4 of an inch. I cut it down just a little bigger than the frame of the motor mount, and drilled the holes, and getting ready to put it on. Newport sends hardware with you with the motor. I was thinking the bolts were going to be, because the holes are drilled for the power pole. I was thinking that the hardware was going to be, universal through all the kayaks. Obviously, that's not the case. The bolts they send are basically for kayaks that drill their own holes. These brass inserts were smaller than the bolts they sent, so I did call them. They told me what size bolt to get. It's a 1/4 inch bolt with 20 threads per inch. 1/4 inch bolt, 20 inch per inch. I got a 1 inch bolt, a 1/4 inch in diameter, 20 threads per inch. Remember that, you're going to need it if you're putting it on an Outback. Probably any Hobie, but an Outback for sure. Got 4 washers, came back, threw it on there. Done in like 5 minutes. No big deal. Next thing you probably want to think about is that if you have a scupper hole kayak cart, you might want to think about upgrading to a boondocks or sit on top kayak cart. That's probably what I'm going to do. But when you put all your gear, the battery and everything in the well of that kayak, it gets heavy and it's hard to lift. Other thing is the kickstand still works without the motor on there. I wouldn't transport it with the motor anyways. It's super easy to take off. Take the little cotter key out, spin this here, pop that. It's basically an axle going through there. Motor comes right off. Disconnect the lift, disconnect the reverse. That reverse is let me show you how it works. I'll get this cotter key back in. That's one thing they sent an extra wheel, but not any extra cotter keys, and them are the things I'm going to lose. But you see how that, when you get the reverse lock on there, it just pulls that down to that bar, and it keeps the motor from kicking up when you got it in reverse. You just want to make sure that you let it off reverse, so if you hit a rock, it's going to be able to come up. So we got the support, got the mount on, now we got the motor on. We had to put the arm on here, and then also the steering triangle. That all comes with the motor. All the cables come with the motor. The carabiners come with the motor. Run it through the eyes. Come down here up to the captain's chair to have some. This is in some cleats. But I purchased these Yak Attack tie downs, and I was gonna get on both sides. I was thinking I was gonna go on both sides, but these are $10 a piece. So 2 of them for $19.99. I'm like, well, let's try one side and see how it goes, and it works real well. I thought these might bind together, but they don't, and you don't use that reverse really enough to matter. But then come up here to the captain's chair. I got these 2 cleats that were made by Sea Dog, and they work really well. Like, can't be happier how they work. Got these nice little handles that come with the motor. The blue one says lift, and if you look back here, it's real light, easy to lift. Pull down, it sets in place, it locks. You want to come up, just pull up, it goes down. Super easy. If you want to go in reverse, you just pull it and lock it. It's in the locking bar. How you know that is because it won't come up. And you want to make sure that when you start going, after you're done with reverse, that you take that reverse off and it comes up. Double check it, because you don't want to hit a rock and bust your stuff up. The cleats, they send the hardware. These Sea Dog cleats send hardware to drill the hole in your kayak, And that's what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to put them back here behind me, but I don't want to put a hole in there. And I'm like, well, what can I do? And we got this nice rail up here I don't use. So I got a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch bolts with locking nuts. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch long, 1/4 inch in diameter. Slip through here, locking nuts, put them up, tighten them down. They're solid. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Steering, I'm just gonna do the right now. I'm just going off of my rudder. I put a Boondocks metal rudder on last week, anticipating I was gonna buy this, and it worked pretty well the other day. You can see it's bigger, and it's metal, obviously, and it does work. It worked well. I still think there's room for it to work better. I mean, not just the rudder, but obviously the foot steering would be better. I don't want to drill holes though, so at this point I'm not going to do that. The metal cables do come, the steering cables do come with the motor if you decide you want to do that, but right now at this point I'm not doing that. I watched last week a guy on a video was talking about this, and he had it on his PA 14, and he said it did really well. He went through these holes here, back to the steering triangle, wrapped his cord, and then with the turn of the rudder, the motor turned. Whether you got the full turn or not, he said it worked really well. So I might do that in the near future, just not at this point. I'm not. I may, but not right away. So I'll probably build something up. I think I'm worried about this plastic not being built for torque and tension, plus that screw, and the rudder housing is plastic too, so I'm worried that too much stress on that plastic and that one little screw would not be good. Quick connect batteries. For the cables for the battery, I run my throttle cord down this side, and I'll probably bungee it up and make it cleaner here, but you know, I never use this track, but now I got a use for it. These things work here to keep it in place. I don't have a Yak Attack throttle mount yet, but I did put some Velcro down here where my cup holder is, and it worked out good for the time being. That'll get changed or replaced probably first thing shortly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a simple deal, but it's gonna run this kayak about, I don't know, 5.5 miles an hour, maybe 6. I know it's going to go over 5, and because I had it at 5.1, but I'm telling you, it was windy and wavy and crashing waves, and I never really got to run it too hard. But the battery is 24 volt, 50 amp hour battery. And it's probably a whole nother video after I get the Bluetooth app on my phone and stuff, because it is Bluetooth capable. Put an app on your phone, you can just track the performance of the battery, where you're at with it, distance, range, you know, what watch you're using. I mean, it's just got a ton of information, good technology. I'm super excited to learn how to do that and check that out. And when I do that, I'll probably post something about it. But the hardest part of install was really the throttle, and that's calibrating the throttle. That's because them really the only directions you really had to follow was that, because it wasn't self-explanatory, but the directions made it easy. Just not a picture looker directions. You had to actually read it and calibrate the throttle. And then yeah, that was the hardest part of the whole thing. And really, it's a quick install, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. I know one thing that I was thinking about is that if I was gonna just get into kayak fishing and I knew I wanted a high-end kayak, and I wanted a motor, and I wanted to do tournaments, and I wanted to fish for, you know, different species, and I wasn't going offshore. Probably that would probably be the other scenario in this, but because if I was, for sure, then it might, the rest of this story probably wouldn't matter. But I think if I just was just now getting into it, gonna do some kayak bass fishing, you know, with tournament fishing and stuff, I would probably buy just a big kayak, a nicer pedal kayak, a lot of stability, and go with the power, and leave the pedal drive or the Mirage drive alone, because I mean, they're great. I love them. It's just the money wise, I think, you know, you can still have the paddle when you're fishing and stuff, and the motor's going to get you where you need to go quickly. And I just something I would definitely be thinking more along the lines of, if I want a motor, do I really need the pedals? Do I really need the Mirage drive? Because a lot of guys, you know, when I first bought this, I'm like, I don't need a motor. I just want the Mirage drive because I can pedal it myself. And I did, you know, for 3.5 years, good exercise. And I did, you know, I fished a lot, put a lot of miles on this boat, a lot of hours on it. And, you know, I just wanted some power, and I wanted a little bit of help. And I was just thinking, you know, you could put a really good kayak together with one of these NK 180s and cover lots of water and probably be very productive and catch lots of fish and be very comfortable in it. That is one thing about the Mirage drive and the pedals. They take up a lot of room in front of you. That would be, you'd have more room for your dogs, you'd have more room for your gear, you'd have just more room to stand up, move around. And like this boat, I can take the Mirage out and put a plug in it, and that's great. I'm just saying that, you know, for $1,000 less, $1,500 less, $2,000 less, I could pay for this motor and basically have the same boat, just without the Mirage or the fins. But I don't know if, you know, it's just my opinion. Just my opinion. I love my Outback and wouldn't get rid of it for anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. I love my Outback, and I'm going to fish it until I can't fish it no more, or I buy a boat. But right now, this is it. This is it. So until next time, guys, hopefully you enjoy. If you're interested in an electric motor, I would recommend it. If you enjoyed this, if you got anything out of it, please hit subscribe. You don't have to, but it'd be great. Hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you on the water. The Newport 180. I sure hope it's going to be a game changer for me. That ain't very good. Let's see if I can get this camera turning. Or we can go back and take a look at it.